Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to get started with this. So the goal of this series is I've wanted to learn how to play blackjack competitively for a while now, and I've never really had the opportunity to do so, and so I really have no experience. And so I wanted to take this journey together and really delve into what it looks like to play blackjack and what are the sorts of advantages that we can get to actually consistently beat out against a specific version of the game. And so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me on this journey, and we can dive into this together. So to get started here, I'm going to take a look at the basic strategy chart that we have here on the left. So this is the sort of the basic strategy that you need to know in order to be successful at playing blackjack, and you really need to have this memorized and just off the top so that you can be working on counting cards and interacting with the dealers and other players all very naturally. So this is where we're going to start off is by studying this chart and practicing with it so that in every situation of the game we know exactly what we should be doing, what is most mathematically advantageous. So on the left hand side we can see the different possibilities of what our cards will look like, and then on the top we have the dealer's one card that will be shown, and obviously the other one is hidden. So in different search situations there's a couple different moves you can do. You can either stand, where you say you like your hand out how it is and you don't need anything else. You can hit, where the dealer will give you another card. You can double, where you double your bet and take one extra card. And then finally you can split if you have a pair. So these are sort of the generic strategy that I think I need to learn, and to practice this I've got this website up where we're going to begin just really taking a look at this. And so I'm going to start off with the chart up, and we'll just look up pretty much everything, and then hopefully as I keep playing I'll begin to pick up what I need to be doing in each situation. So let's begin this drill and see how this goes. I am of legal gambling age, so we can go ahead and check that off. I'll just go ahead and start off with 25 rounds here, and we can see how this goes. So right now we have a 9 and a 2. So this isn't a special case where we have pairs, and it's not a special case where we have an ace or a soft total. So we're going to go to the hard total section where we have a hard total of 11. Now 11s are an ideal hand to have as a player in blackjack because it gives you some of the best probability to beat out the dealer. So that is why if you have an 11, no matter what the dealer's up card is, you want to go ahead and double that. So remember, doubling is where we double our bet and we take one additional card. So I'm going to go ahead and click double here, and that is the correct move since we looked it up on the chart. And now we move on here. So we have a 6 and a 2, which again isn't a double and doesn't have an ace. So we can go ahead and look on this chart again, and with a hard total of an 8, we are going to hit no matter what. But we can also see an 8 is what we have, and an 8 is what the dealer has, and that is a hit. So we're going to go ahead and click hit, and that's the correct move. And so now we have a 15. 15 is a little bit of a better hand to have, but the problem is that the dealer has an 8 still, so we have to hit again in order to try to get a little bit of a better hand to beat out the dealer. And that's the correct move, but we busted. So the dealer won that hand. Moving on, we have a 13 now, a queen and a 3. So if we look here for a hard 13, the dealer has a jack or a 10. So that is a hit. Okay. Now we have a 10 and a 6, a 16 total. So for a 16 with something greater than a 7, you hit. For something less than a 6, or 6 or less, then we stand. So because they have a 6 and we have a 16, we're going to stand on this. That's the correct move. And the dealer still won anyways. Alright, now we have a 17, a 10 and a 7. So with a 17 or an 18 or anything higher, we're going to stand no matter what, because it means we have a pretty good hand, a good chance of tying or beating the dealer. Now we've got a 7. A 7 is super low, so you're going to hit no matter what. We have a 9, which is sometimes a double if the dealer has a low card, but the dealer's card is high enough that we're going to go ahead and hit that. Now we have an 11, and if we remember, 11s are great. You double, but we can't double because you can only do that on your first hand, so we'll just go ahead and take another hit. Now we have a 17. A 17 is our cutoff. We don't never hit higher than a 17, so we go ahead and stand on that. And they busted, so we win the hand. Nice. I'm probably going to fast forward this at some point so you don't just have to sit here and watch me play all these hands, but I'm just going to be trying to get a lot of repetitions on this, and at some point I will get rid of this chart, this cheat sheet on the left, and really start to see if we can pick this up. So here we have a 13, a jack and a 3. 13 is pretty low, so I'm guessing we want to hit, but because the dealer has a 6, that's our cutoff, so we will actually stand on this. Oh, look, we got the win. Okay, now we have a 13. Again, 13 is pretty low, but the dealer's got only a 3, so we'll stand on that. Next up, we have a 12. 12s with a 10 means a hit. There's a few scenarios where we'll stand on that, but typically with the 12, we will hit. Now we have a 14, again a 14-10, looks like a hit. Okay, now we have an 18, that's higher than a 17, which is our cutoff for standing, so we're going to stand every single time. Next up, we have an 18, again, we will stand on our 18. Now we've got a 20. Oh, so this is interesting. This brings in taking insurance. So this allows you to, typically it's half your bet. You can bet again as a side bet with the dealer. And this means that if the dealer ends up winning on a blackjack, which means this card that's overturned right now ends up being a face card or a 10, it typically pays off 3-2. Some casinos play 5-6, but that's ripping off the players, but then that would allow you to basically get your money back, but that's not really advantageous unless you have been counting cards, which I'm not diving into yet. So I think for now I'll probably just say no, and that's the correct move. Okay, so now we've got a pair of 10s. So if we look at this chart over here, for a pair of 10s you never want to split because 20s are good. It's pretty hard for the dealer to get above that, so we will just go ahead and stand. There we go. Alright, now we have an ace 9. So remember, aces can be a 1 or an 11. So if we look up on the chart, for an ace 9, you are always going to be standing. So we'll stand on that. And get the dub. Alright, now we've got a 12. Queen to 12. It's most of the time a hit, except for 4, 5s, and 6s, which the 6 is what they have. So we will go ahead and stand on that. Stand on a 12. There we go. They busted. Okay, 13. I think would typically be a hit unless they have a low card, but they have a high card, so we will hit. Okay, busted. Unfortunate. Now we have a 14, they have a 6, that is a stand. Eight, 8. So let's look that up on the chart. An 8 and an 8 is, again, a good hand where you are going to split every single time, no matter what the dealer has. So for an 8-8, we will split this. Now we have an 8-9, which adds up to a 17, which is our cutoff, so we will stand on the 17. Then for an 8-5 is a 13, so I assume that's a hit. 13 and a 10 is a hit. Good. We're picking this up. I feel like it comes pretty quickly. Being able to just apply a little bit of intuition to figuring out what you should be doing in each turn. A 7's really low, so we're going to hit that. And now we have a 15. 15-6 is a stand. It's right on the cutoff there. Okay, now we have a 19. 19 is well above our 17 cutoff, so we'll stand on our 19. Now, blackjack, that's great. Don't have to do anything there. Now we've got an 8. 8 is low, you hit an 8 every single time. Oh, now we have an 18. 18 is above our cutoff, so we'll stand on our 18. Alright, 17 is our cutoff. You stand on a 17 no matter what. Three more rounds here and we'll be done. We have a 14. 14, 10 is going to be a hit. A 14, 7 is barely a hit, but it is a hit nonetheless. Alright, now we have a 14, but this is with a pair of 7s. So we've got 2 7s. If we look that up on the chart, it is often a split, but if the dealer has a high card, it would not be. But the dealer only has a 6, so a 7 pair 6 would be a split. So now we've got a ace 7, which is another one of our special cases. For an ace 7, the dealer has a 6, you double that. Ace 7 with the dealer 6 is a double. And then we have a 10, which is also often a double, unless the dealer has a 10 or an ace, but they don't. They have a 6, so a 10, 6 is a double again. And there we go. Alright, so that is our first 25 hands done. And again, here I'm just been looking up the answers every time. I'll do a few more rounds looking stuff up, and then just fast forward through those for you. And then our next hand, we will, next time I'm talking to you live, we will be trying it from memory and seeing how that goes. So enjoy watching this. So we have made some more progress with the cheat sheet up, being able to look at the basic strategy chart, and I feel like I'm starting to get a hang of it and know without looking what the best move is. So now I want to put that to the test. So we've gone full screen, so I can't see the basic strategy chart, and we will play this again and see how we go. So we've got 25 hands still, And we can see what I remember. So we didn't have to do anything there. What is going on? Okay, I guess we missed 2 blackjacks there, so that was exciting. Okay, we have a 7 here. And so a 7 you're always going to hit. Now we have a 14, they have a 6. So our cutoff is between a 6 and a 7. So a 6, we will go ahead and stand on that. That's the correct move. Nice. Alright, now we've got a pair of 2s and an ace. So sometimes you will go ahead and split these if you got a lower number. But for an ace, is a high number. We don't want insurance. And then we do not want to split these. We just want to take a hit. Take a hit. Okay. And then we've got a 7 with an ace, which we hit. Now we've got a 9 with an ace, which we hit. We've got a 14 with an ace, which we hit. Now we've got an 18 with an ace. We will stand on that because that is above our 17 cutoff. And next hand. So far, so good. 8 correct choices. All right, so we've got a 15 versus a 9. 15 versus a 9 is going to be a hit because that is above the 6 to 7 cutoff. Alright, now we have a blackjack. Nice, don't have to do anything for that. Alright, now we have a 15, they have a 10. Again, this is going to be a hit. Dealer has a pretty strong hand. Okay. Next hand, we have got an 18, that's above our 17 cutoff, so we will always stand on that. Alright, now we have a 5 and an ace. An ace 5 situation versus a 9. So I think that, I think I haven't got enough of these to really remember everything. I know that often for the aces you'll take a hit because you don't have much to lose because there's no card you could get that could make you bust. And then they have got a 9 card, which is pretty high, which would lower the chances of us doubling, I think. So I think I'm just gonna say hit on that. Oh, okay, phew, that was the right answer. Oh, now we've got an ace 6 effectively, which puts us in the same situation. I think we hit that again. Nice. Now we have a 12 versus a 9. We go ahead and hit that. And then our 17 is our cutoff, so we'll stand on that. Alright, I'm really happy so far. This has been going really well. I feel like I can remember most of it, but again, you want this to be really off the top of the mind and not have to think about it. So I can still tell that I'm going to need to play a lot of hands so that this is easy for me and I don't need to be processing each hand so intensely. So now we've got a 13 versus a 5. Again, this is right on some of those borders. So the 13, oh yeah, okay, the cutoff is between a 6 and a 7. So this is, they only have a 5. We will go ahead and stand on this. Yes. Alright, we've got an 11. 11s are our golden hand. We double on 11s. Now we have a 12. They've got a 9, so we hit that. And then we stand on our 18. 19 of 19 correct choices, feeling good. Got an 18, always stand on an 18. Uh-oh. Don't like how that looks. Okay. Stand on our 18. And an ace 7 versus a 4. So 4 is a pretty weak hand for the dealer. And ace 7. I think we can go ahead and do a double on this. Yes. Correct answer. Nice. Okay, we've got a 19 versus a 5. 5's a weak hand for the dealers. 19 is decent. We will stand on that. Get the dub. Next up, we've got 11. These make us happy, and we double 11s. Look at that, 21. That is golden. Okay, 15 versus an ace. We don't take insurance. 15 versus an ace. We have to hit that. 17 versus an ace. We stand on. 17 and above, you always stand. Blackjack. Nice. Don't have to do anything. Now we've got 15 versus a 5. 5s are weak hand for them. And we will stand. All right. 6 hands left. I'm really proud of this. 100% accuracy. Stand on double tens. Never split that. 15 versus an ace. 15 versus an ace. We don't take insurance. 15 versus an ace. I guess they had blackjack or something. Okay. Now we have a 19 versus a 2. Always stand on a 19. $13 versus a jack. So they've got a strong hand. We've got to go ahead and take a hit. Alright. 2 hands left. See if I can finish this out. Oh, blackjack. Nice. Not going to do anything. 12 versus a 4. I think we stand on this. It's below the 6-7 cutoff. Stand. Let's go. 100% accuracy. So there you go. I mean, that chart looks a little intimidating. But let's see if we can exit our full screen here. This chart looks a little intimidating, but once you played, a few hands with it, you get the hang of it. There's definitely some areas where I still feel a little sketchy with these aces down in the bottom, and then with our pairs. But I guess I was able to pull it out there for the basic strategy drill, and I think we can go ahead and call it a day for this video. And in the next one, we'll begin to get into card counting, and I'll probably do a bunch more practice between now and then with the basic strategy to help see if I can get that off the top of my head a little bit faster. So thank you so much for joining me on day 1 of this journey for learning how to play blackjack from scratch, and I hope that you come back for day 2. See ya.